Hi everyone, welcome to Anu's classroom. So I hope all of your exams up till this point were good. I've been getting your responses. I'm truly overwhelmed. Thank you so much for all your support. So in this video, as the title suggests, we will be going through MMPC 6, that is marketing management. Now, those of you who, like the most of us, are opening the book right before the examination, you would definitely be scared right now because this is the biggest of all the books, right? It's quite a big book right here with us. So, but don't worry. And also my video also, because of some other reasons, I was also not able to upload any regarding this MMPC 6 as well so far. But still, I assure you with this video, I'll make it up for all, okay? So don't worry. Don't worry about the size of your book or anything, okay? In this video, we will go through all the units, all the important points that there is for all the units there is in MMPC 6. So brace yourself, this video is going to be a bit long, but I'll make it as quick and as short as possible. All right, so let's get started. Let's begin. Marketing. That is the subject, right? Marketing. It is nothing new to us. When you hear the word marketing, what is the first thing that comes into your mind? If you are like me, like the most of us, the first thing when you hear the word marketing, you would get two pictures, right? One is of a doorstep salesman, right? Who would be coming to your house. It's quite common in Kerala. I don't know about other states, but it's quite common in Kerala. Young people, especially, college going student age group and all, yeah, very young students, they come, youngsters, they come with a bag full of things, maybe, utensils or maybe dictionary or maybe frying pan or stuff like that. It's generally utensils and cleaning stuff and all. And they go door to door and they talk to us about these products, and they what you can say, they urge us to buy, right? They try to sell these things to us. So what they're trying to do is a form of marketing. They're trying to sell these products to us. The other thing that you would definitely, this thing for sure, even if doorstep sellers did not come into your mind, advertisements would definitely have come, right? Advertisements definitely should have come. That is marketing, right? The Onidas Devilman or Treat to Banta Hai, right? I don't remember what is the tagline or what is the Hindi version of it, but Cadbury ad quite a few years back. I don't know if you guys would remember. You guys might have been very young at that time, right? It's quite a few years back. When Cadbury was relaunching, the one of the slogans in their uh, advertisement was, it is first of the month, so you should start your month by eating chocolates. Madhuram Karikyanam എന്നൊന്നാം തീയതിയാ, that is the song. Pardon my singing skills, it's very pathetic. So advertisements, they were trying to market the chocolate, that is Cadbury, to us, right? So these are all types of marketing. So what is happening here? What are they trying to do with marketing? Have you thought of it? When we think of us from the business perspective, right? We are going to be the future business administrators, correct? Why would we market? Where does marketing come up? We have a product, we are the business owners, or maybe we are the managers who are representing a business. That business would definitely be producing certain goods. Why are they producing these goods, right? Every business is will center around certain goods or maybe services even, right? Either our business would be selling certain goods, like it would be related to goods or services, correct? Why is there these goods and services? Why have we come up with this business? If nobody needs our goods or services, if there's absolutely no demand, will we do that business? Will we come into it? No, right? The products of our business, okay, either be it goods or services, they have come, or we are doing it, we are producing it because there is a need, right? There are people, okay, in the market who are in need of such goods or such services, right? There is a need in the market and we have the goods or services, correct? Now, people definitely have the need. We have understood that there is a need and we have produced the goods or the services and we have kept it in our warehouse or in a store. Now, it has to reach these people who are in need, right? Or these people in need, they have to come to our store and buy these goods and services. Then only our business will start functioning, right? Then only we can sell our products, then only we'll get the revenue, and then only we can grow our business. So how do we what you can say, how do we make the customers or make the people in the market be aware that we are offering such goods or services? There should be a way to let them know, correct? And that intermediary over here, exactly over here, which tells the customers about these goods or services, that is product produced by our firm, and tries to sell it to them so that their needs can be fulfilled, and by serving them we can gain revenue. That entire thing, that thing is what is marketing. So you can think of marketing as the link between the product and the needs and or the wants or the demands, right? So so if you have to express it as a flow chart, I would say, how does this entire process of marketing start is with a need. Okay, a need or a want or a demand. There is a need or a want or a demand in the market, right? We analyze it, we have found it, and as businesses we produce a product that will meet this want or demand, or it will give a satisfaction, it will be of utility to the people who are using it, or it will give a satisfaction, a sense of satisfaction to the people who are using it, right? Now it has to go into the market, right? These goods or services or products have to go into the market. Now if it has to go into the market, or if it has to be kept in stores, okay, what should be there? There should be this people who are in need should come to the market asking for the product. Only then the retailers, especially the retailers, they will be willing to keep your product in their shelves, correct? So in order to make that this linkage, okay, so that people, so that the products can be launched in the market, here is where marketing or marketeers come into the picture. Okay, that is, there was a need or a want or a demand, and we have made that product which will give the utility or satisfaction to the customers. Now the customers are in the market. If they have to, they definitely come to the market, but if they have to buy our product which will give them the utility or the satisfaction, or it will fulfill their need, want or demand, then we should market it to them. And that is where our place lies as marketing managers or marketing executives. Okay, so that is the marketing management process, you can say. This is the marketing management process. Okay, all right. That is, first we do a situational analysis, like for example it could be SWOT or maybe PESTEL. Okay, some kind of a situational or environment analysis we do, and we formulate the marketing goals. Okay, and with those goals we what you can say, we make the strategy, we formulate the strategy, marketing strategy, and by applying the marketing instruments. Okay, these marketing instruments are nothing but the marketing mix. What is marketing mix? We will come to it, but just for now we'll just think of it as, once we have the strategy, we will take the appropriate, or we'll choose the appropriate instruments for marketing, and then we market it, right? We market the goods or services, and once we market, we will again do the SWOT or PESTEL analysis to make sure that we are meeting our strategy, or our goals or objectives are attained, right? Now what are the marketing goals? What all could be the marketing goals? That is, what all could be the goals of marketing? Why would we do marketing? Let us look at that. Marketing goals. Why all would a firm think from the firm's perspective? I would strongly suggest you think from a small business owner's perspective when we are thinking about marketing goals, rather than somebody who would be in charge of managing a big business or even a small business. But more, I would suggest you think from a small business owner's perspective. Why would you be doing marketing? To make people aware that you are producing such a good, or such a product is available in the market, right? Then maybe we already have the product in the market, but we are seeing that the sales movement is not as big as we expected it to be. So we want to extend the product's life, right? We want to extend the market's reach, you can say extension. Okay, then why? For to time the releases properly. Like for example, if you are planning on thinking of launching a Christmas line, okay, Christmas gifts line, okay, then you should properly time it, right? The advertisements or whatever that is, okay, that you are going to launch such a product, that it's there, it's going to come, and you guys can pre-book it. All these things should come at the appropriate time, right? Then only the people will know and they will try to order it and all. If you are targeting Christmas, hmm, and if you try to launch that thing in June itself, you're not going to get that reach, correct? People will start looking for Christmas gifts only on the day, maybe 2 days before their Christmas Secret Santa is there, right? You've all done that. Even I've done that recently also. When Secret Santa was conducted, I went and bought the gift only 2 days back. Okay, so that is timing. Hmm. Then to segment the market into various categories so that we can target the best audience for our product. So these are a few marketing goals. Okay, so you might be thinking, okay, these are not a big concepts, it's easy to understand only, right? Well, that is the beauty of marketing. So far you might not have thought that it is uh, very difficult to learn or anything. What is there in this whole book about marketing if this is the gist of it, you might be thinking, right? Well, that is the beauty of marketing, I should say. It is very easy to teach and it's very easy to understand also. But the catch over here in marketing is how we can practice it. Because theory is very good, okay? It is, but it's going to get you only till this point. Theory, or when people talk to you about marketing, they're talking to you about what worked for them at that point of time when they did it. But when you are doing it, your situations, the environment which you are in, or the challenges you would be facing, the product, everything would be different, and there will be a lot of competition as well. So to actually practice what other people preached to you, or what you have gathered from listening to other people, that is difficult. And that, if you guys are good at that, then you'll definitely be good marketing managers. So this is your first semester only. I know it is very early to talk to you about it, but I guess most of you guys would be already thinking of its specialization to take at semester 3, right? We have a paper, marketing management. So if you guys are thinking, maybe this subject would, kindle that interest in you. It is actually a very interesting subject. I really like marketing management, to be honest. Though this book is very big and the concepts are actually quite vast, marketing management is definitely interesting, very interesting to study. I really used to feel it very interesting. Let's move on to the remaining concepts without wasting much time. But before we move on, a humble request: if you guys have been following my videos, and if you like the content, or if you, even if this is the first video you're watching and you liked the content, consider subscribing. Okay, we have a lot of videos planned in the future as well to help you get through your MBA. Okay, consider subscribing, consider sharing. If you have any doubts, do let me know in the comment section below. I am quite active in the comment section, if you guys might have noticed it. Okay, so any doubts, definitely you can post in the comment section and I'll get back to you as early as possible. Okay, so let's move forward. So that being said about marketing, the great thing about marketing is that actually everything that we see around us is actually a product of marketing. And as we learn about marketing, the first and foremost thing that you should know is how you can define marketing. Okay, there are a lot of different ways in which you can define marketing. And there are a lot of different definitions that are given in our book as well. So you can take any one definition and learn it. For me, the best definition for marketing is by Kotler. Okay, I would strongly suggest Kotler's marketing definition. According to Philip Kotler, marketing is a social and managerial process by which individuals and groups obtain what they need and want through creating and exchanging products and value with others. All right, so that is the definition I like the most. That is Kotler's definition, but you can pick up any one of the definitions of marketing from the textbook and learn it. All right, but you should definitely learn a definition of marketing before you hit your examination hall. Okay. So, in the words of Philip Kotler, in a proper definition way, you can say that it is the art and science of choosing target markets and getting, keeping, and growing customers. Okay, how? It is the art and science of choosing target markets and getting, keeping, and growing. We have to get customers, we have to keep them, we have to maintain our existing customers, and we have to keep growing our customer base. But how will we do that? By creating, or through creating, delivering, and communicating. Okay, creating, delivering, and communicating superior customer value. Okay, getting, keeping, and growing customers. So it is the art and science of first choosing the target market and getting, keeping, and growing your customers through creating, delivering, and communicating what? Superior customer value. Okay. So marketing, or market and customer orientation is of the company. Marketing is the customer orientation or the market orientation of this company. The focus of marketing, from this definition itself you can understand, it is on satisfying customer needs in a very competitive market. Okay, it is the customer oriented philosophy of the company also, you can say. The aim is sustained success. The reason why companies or firms put this much of an emphasis on marketing is because they want to sustain their success. Okay, sustained success is the goal here, and that is why we are going for marketing. So when we say sustained success, okay, when do you think that a firm will be successful? When it is starting to generate profit, and when it is able to, what you can say, launch or make a name for itself in the market, right? But will all the products that a company launch be successful? Like for example, Nestle, okay, it's a company, or you can Nestle is a company. Their what you can say, the best product that they sell is what? It is the Cadbury Dairy Milk, right? Nestle also produces another chocolate called Nestle. Has anyone heard of you? Sorry, has anyone heard of Nestle? It is kind of, I guess, like a Kit Kat chocolate only, but I don't think many of us might have heard about Nestle chocolate. It is not a successful one. No, I think Nestle is Nestle's take on Cadbury Dairy Milk. Yeah, Nestle was Nestle's take on Cadbury Dairy Milk, not Kit Kat. Okay, so it was, but it is not as successful as Cadbury Dairy Milk. If people are looking for smooth textured chocolates, they'll definitely be going for Cadbury Dairy Milk only. Most of us wouldn't even have heard about Nestle. Even I had not heard about it until actually I was looking at how different firms and what all products of theirs, like famous firms and their flop products. That is only when I myself came to know about Nestle, to be honest with you. So that goes by saying that not all products of a firm will be successful, but still there will be at least one or two niche products of every company, and that with that product only they'll get the most maximum profit. Correct. Maggie's noodles is what sells the most. They have taste makers too, and people buy it as well, but it is the noodles that gives them the best revenue. Correct. Like that. So marketing, by through marketing, what we try to do is to market about our products and try to boost them and try to make them successful and sustain that success over there. When we talk about marketing again, as we said earlier, it is the need or the want or the desires or demands of the customers that are the starting point of this entire marketing cycle. Correct. So we should know exactly what need, want, and demand is. Okay, what are these three terms and how they are different? What is need? When do we say that we are in need of something? It is when we are lacking it. Okay, a lack of something gives rise to need. Hmm? What is want? Want is to have a desire for something. It would be great if if I would get it. Like there is a desire in us to actually get that product. That is when want comes into picture. And what happens when there is a need and that need becomes a want? Definitely demand comes in. Okay, so everything starts with the need. You are lacking in something, and then you desire that you actually get some product like that. And once you see that such a product is available and if it is affordable, then definitely you are going to buy it, which creates a demand for such product. Okay, so that is need, want, and demand. The what you can say, the beauty of marketing, or the success of a firm actually, or the success of a firm's products actually lie in finding these need gaps and trying to fill those need gaps with appropriate products. So yeah, so that is need, want, and demand. When does a need become a demand? So when there is a desirability, that is a want. When there is affordability and viability, there should be, you should be able to get that product easily, correct? There should be ample amount of distribution centers next to you, right? You might have heard, like you might have seen YouTube videos also of unique things that we're getting in Japan, like we have pink Kit Kat, green matcha Kit Kat, and all. We're not gonna get it over here, correct? So though we want it, so there is a desire, like me being a chocolate fan, definitely when I see such videos, I'm like, wow, what if I got that, right? Is there anybody in Japan whom I can tell and make them bring such that matcha Kit Kat or that pink ruby Kit Kat and all to me so that I can taste it like that, I think. Okay, so that is that I have that desirability. And maybe or maybe not, I don't have a friend in Japan, so I don't know how much they cost either. So I'm assuming that most probably maybe they're affordable, or if even if they're not, I hope that whoever my friend is, they can afford it and give one for free to me. Okay, so there might be affordability as well, but see, this viability is not there. I don't have a friend in Japan, so what happens? Even though I need it, even though I want it, because of viability is not there, it will never turn into a demand for me, correct? Or maybe like matcha is something quite famous in their cuisines, right? Japan and all. But it is not that famous in India. So definitely that is the reason why Kit Kat might not even be thinking of launching it over here, because there is no market demand in such a great numbers that even if they launch it, it would be profitable for them. Correct? So for a need to become a demand, there should be three things. There should be a desirability. It should be affordable. That is, there should be affordability, and there should be viability. So if these three factors are there present, these three parameters are present, then the need will automatically get converted into demands. Now, when we are talking about needs, we need to also talk about five different types of needs. Okay, there are needs can be classified into five types. That is stated need, unstated need, real need, delight need, and secret need. Okay, now how can I explain to you? Okay, stated need. Suppose, say, you're very hungry. Okay, you haven't had a morsel of food from the morning. So at one point of time, definitely you're gonna say, right, Mom, I'm hungry. I haven't had anything to eat. You haven't made anything for me. I'm hungry. You are stating it, correct? So when you say you're hungry, but and your mom will start hitting you with questions like, okay, if you're hungry, what do you want to eat? Should I make putta for you? Should I make appam for you? What it is? Okay, putta is a Kerala dish. Maybe like for North Indians, I'm not sure what. Or maybe they might ask, your moms might be asking maybe, okay, shall I make you misal pav? Shall I make you poha? Something like that. Maybe they might ask. Misal pav, I don't know if anybody would ask, any moms. Anyway, but in your mind, you might be thinking, oh, what if I got some pav bhaji? Okay, or what if I got some shira? But you would not dare to tell that to your mom sometimes. So that is an unstated need example. Okay, but in this problem, actually the real need is that you need food. Okay, you're hungry, your tummy is empty, you need food. That is your real need. Okay, now with whatever your mom is giving you, if she gives you a laddu as well, it is a delight, right? It's a delightful need. And maybe inside you might be thinking that actually you don't actually like whatever she made for you, but it's fine. So that is a seek, and instead you might be thinking, what if I went to that down street shop there, they serve super pav bhajis and all. I would have been able to eat such tasty pav bhaji with lots of butter in it. That is a secret, but you dare not tell it to your mom. That is again secret need. Okay, or secret need, another example, a better example would be like, for example, right now almost everywhere we are all using Google Pay and Phone Pay and such things. Okay, but what if it is your mom or someone, especially with all these scam and everything going on, they might be very skeptical about joining Google Pay and all, right? So when somebody says, why are you not in Google Pay, why don't you join Google Pay to make all these things easier, they'll be like, fine, that's fine, I'll still use my debit card. But secretly the thing is, they are skeptical about using Google Pay, right? So that is actually a secret need. They don't want to disclose it, but this is what is happening. Okay, so those are the different ways, those are the different types of needs. Okay, next what we should know is what all things can be marketed. Okay, what all things can be marketed? We can market goods, we can market services, events, experiences, person, right? Like Michael Jackson or R.A.R. Rahman. Okay, we can market them. Places, properties, organizations like Reliance. Okay, Reliance, Fresh or West Side. Organizations, Tata, mm, Airtel, Vodafone. It's VI now. So such things, organizations can be marketed. Information, ideas like cancer awareness, all those ideas, or World Health Day, Earth Day, all these things, they are ideas, they can be marketed. So all these things are the different things that we can market. So that being said, when since we are thinking from the business's perspective, we have to think about the marketing philosophy, that is to identify the needs and fulfill the uh, requirements, those needs of the customers, correct? So the fundamental idea that guides a company's effort is to satisfy the customers, correct, and achieve the organizational goals. So for that, actually we have to study about a few of the what you can say concepts around which the marketing activity of a business firm could be centered. Okay, there are 5 concepts that we have to study, and those 5 concepts are: first is the production concept. Okay, second is the product concept. Third is the selling concept. Fourth is the marketing concept. Fifth is the holistic concept. Okay, now let us look at these 5 concepts a little bit in detail. What is production concept? Production concept, okay, that is emphasis is on the production capacity. Okay, so production capacity, or sorry, production concept, it lays emphasis on the affordability and availability of the product. That is, focus on the efficiency of these internal operations. Okay, like for example, fast food chains. Okay, fast food chains, the focus, the entire focus of fast food restaurants is how fast you can churn out food, right? The production, how fast you can produce food items. So that is the production concept. Next comes the product concept. So according to the product firm concept, the firm in its the firm's orientation is towards providing products that have better quality or better performance and innovative features. Like Nokia, their whole focus was on providing affordable and durable workhorse phones, correct? Though they were not so quick enough to catch up with the smartphone market, and therefore their markets have crashed greatly and it's almost a thing of the past, but nobody can deny what Nokia phones stood for, right? Undying battery and awesome strength, correct? You can hit a person, like you can hit someone with that Nokia phone, that person might go into a coma, but the phone will still be intact, correct? So that is product concept. Then Apple is undeniably one of the best performing phones, right? Android through Samsung and OnePlus and all, they're trying to give a very tough competition to Apple, but still, Apple always has the edge. The camera, the clarity, the security features, everything, top notch, correct? It is right now becoming redundant, but still, Apple is Apple. That status is there. So that is the product concept. Next is the selling concept. So, according to the selling concept, as the name suggests, right, the firm is just oriented, or the firm just wants to sell, sell, sell. That is aggressive sales. Think of your LIC salesman. Okay, that is a selling concept. No matter whatever the product they are offering, whether it be good to you or bad to you, they just want to push it on your hands. Correct? They just want that first premium out of your hands. Correct? That is what LIC agents do. So, that kind of a marketing orientation is actually called selling orientation. Then we have marketing orientation. Over here, it is more than trying to push some product onto you. The through marketing concept, the firm tries to actually try to find out the best fitting product according to your needs, okay, from their product inventory, and give it to you. That is the difference between selling concept and marketing concept here. So in marketing concept, you can say that the customer's need is what comes in first, but in selling concept, the emphasis is laid on the product. Okay, next is the holistic one. So holistic is kind of like a 360-degree approach. Everything gets considered. And this holistic approach is a very important approach as well. There have been questions coming up in previous year question papers. We'll get to it when we are discussing the question answers. Holistic approach or holistic marketing concept has been asked multiple times. Okay, so study thoroughly. According to the holistic marketing concept, actually, what it says is that it is based on the development, design, and implementation of these marketing programs and processes and all these activities, such that it acknowledges a very broad and integrated perspective. Okay, like for example, uh, what you can say, the holistic marketing, it will take into consideration relationship marketing. Okay, relationship marketing is with the customers, the channels, the partners, all those people. Then also the performance marketing, like the environment, the legal aspects, the community, the brand and customer equity, sales revenue, all those things. All the performance concepts of it also gets considered. Internal marketing, okay, that is marketing to your employees, the marketing department, senior management, other departments, all those people. And also integrated marketing, that is communications, the product, services, all these things. So all of these different aspects of marketing gets considered while marketing activities or programs or policies, all these things are created or developed or deployed. All these things, all these aspects get into consideration. They are all looked at, and that kind of an approach, okay, is called a holistic approach. So holistic approach, please study and go. It is in your first unit itself. Study about holistic marketing concept and go thoroughly. Okay, now concept of marketing mix. So what is marketing mix? Again, I would say to refer Kotler's definition on marketing mix. Okay, in according to him, marketing mix is a combination of elements. Okay, combination of how many elements? Four elements. Okay, also called as the four P's of marketing, and those are product, the price, the promotion, and the place. Product, price, promotion, and place. That every company has the option of adding, subtracting, or modifying in order to create the desired marketing strategy. That is your marketing mix. Or okay, that is your marketing mix. So, how do we develop this marketing mix? Marketing mix consists of the product, price, and promotion and place, which you can change according to how you are deciding, right? How you want, whatever is your marketing strategy, depending on that, you can add or decrease or however way arrange these things, these four aspects to get your perfect marketing strategy. So how do we develop this marketing mix? How do we know what should be the price or what should be a promotion ideas, or what place is like where all the product will be available, what should be a product in the first place? How do we decide all these things? We have a sequence of steps, actually 6 steps given in the textbook, which states how the marketing mix is created. And it starts with understanding all the unique features, then understanding the customers, understanding the competition, and then evaluate the options. Okay, evaluate all the options, and based on the target audience and the price, communicate the price identified communication strategy has to be developed, like how many billboards, how many advertisements in that advertisement, who all should be there, where all should that advertisement be displayed, should I print it in the newspaper, should I do it word of mouth, should I keep what you can say is a stalls set up to give out samples, all those different things based on the target audience and price we have to decide. And the last step is that um, we have to see how all the identified elements that we have identified and planned so far relate to each other. Okay, are they good enough, or are they interdependent enough in order to make a very strong and solid strategy? That is how we develop this marketing mix. Okay, so what is the product? It is the good or the service that we are creating. What is the price? It is the price of the product that we will be selling. Okay, promotion is naturally the promotion activities that we have discussed right now. Place is the distribution aspect of it. Okay, so these are the elements of marketing mix, or these are the 4 P's. Similar to the 4 P's, we also have 4 A's. Okay, 4 A's, which talk about the what you can say, the framework in which the 4 P's are what you can say setup. Okay, and these 4 A's are acceptability, affordability, accessibility, and awareness. Acceptability relates to the product, affordability relates to the price, accessibility relates to the place, and awareness relates to the promotion. Okay, so these are the 4 A's, or the framework. Okay, the 4 A's framework that is in relation to the 4 P's of marketing mix. So, as we were talking, right, in the first introduction itself, like when you think about the word marketing, what is the thing that comes into our mind? First, selling, then advertisement. Then we might be thinking about middlemen, or maybe we might be thinking of the whole expenditure that we'll have to incur by, we have to pay these big celebrities hefty prices to create a good ad that might sell. Correct. So all the expenditures, okay, all these things are what comes into our mind. And definitely, if we have to put up big people in our advertisement, naturally accordingly our product price is also going to go up. I need to get that much profit out of it, so the entire thing becomes a chasing behind profitability. So all these kind of things are what comes up into our mind when we talk about marketing, right? So what you have to understand, actually, as we are studying marketing, okay, as a subject, is that marketing is not just selling, it is not just advertising, and it is not done just for profit making. Okay, and it can happen without middlemen as well, depending upon what we are trying to market for, or what is our goal, the marketing goal. All these things all get changed. Okay, maybe we might be employing salesmen, maybe we might be employing advertisements, but it is all just instruments of marketing, and it is not marketing. That is not marketing, but these are what you can say subsets of marketing. These are all what makes up marketing, but alone they are not completely 100% representative of marketing. So this was just an introduction into marketing. Okay, since this video itself has exceeded into quite some time, the remaining concepts I will take it up in a separate video. All right, so catch you in the next video.